What is up, everyone? Cash Flow Cowboy, Justin Warziniak. The house hack is officially closed. Great investment property. I want to talk to you guys about what I did well and what I can improve in the future so that you guys don't make the same mistakes. All right, what did I do well on this? Nothing. Just kidding. There's a lot of things that did go well. First of all, for sale by owner, that was a great way I got this property at a discount. Also, the location was fantastic, so it made finding tenants very easy. We're about 5 minutes from downtown Indianapolis, so super close to where all the fun things are happening. Converting the basement was a huge benefit because it allowed me to have a unit for myself to live in while renting out the upstairs. Now let's talk about renting out the upstairs. I had great tenants. This is key. I did the screening process. I didn't skimp on applications, on screening because I wanted to get someone in there. No, I went through that whole process. I highly recommend you doing it. And because of that, I had fantastic tenants that actually stayed for the lifetime of owning this property. Now, another great thing with the tenants is that, and if you can do this, I highly recommend. While I was still under contract to purchase this property, I had requested from the seller, hey, am I able to advertise for tenants before we close? I was confident we were gonna close. Are you guys okay with that? They said yes. So when I closed, within a week, I already had a tenant lined up to move in. That was huge. So that means there was not a lot of time that I wasn't producing income. Online payments are also huge. You can collect checks or cash if you want, but I highly recommend getting a property management software and having them pay automatically online. It's way easier for them. It's the 21st century. Just go ahead and do it. It's way easier. And you don't have to be thinking about, hey, am I gonna go collect my rent check? Especially when you live there, you want that automatically done without having to be any interaction between you and the tenant about money. Also, interactions. So because this was a single family home kind of converted into a duplex, it had one laundry, washer and dryer downstairs. So what did that mean? At first, I had the tenants going downstairs into my living area to do their, wash their clothes, which was fine. They were great tenants, but the benefit and one of the good things that I did here was I actually installed, you can see it here, we installed a second washer and dryer hookup upstairs, and that way I was able to charge more for rent because now they have their own washer and dryer hookups and they're not having to interact with me in the other unit. So I did have great tenants, and a issue that a lot of landlords, especially in a house hack, that you want to avoid is that you don't want to get too comfortable and become friends necessarily, because at the end of the day, you still are the landlord. They are paying you rent, and you have to maintain that level of professionalism. In line with professionalism and kind of the online software for management, what I could have improved on, and I highly suggest you improve on, is maintenance requests through an online portal. So what I did was I actually had them calling me or texting me, which is fine, but it would have been much better and much easier on me if it went in as a maintenance request, and then I had a handyman or someone like that as a vendor that actually just took those maintenance requests and went ahead and acted on them. Why is that important? Well, I was out of town once and the heat went out for my upstairs tenants. So yes, I got a vendor in there, but it took a little while to get a vendor in there. But what also happened, because the heat was out and it was super cold, it was the winter in Indianapolis, well, the hot water actually got, froze, the pipes froze, and therefore they didn't have hot water and they didn't have heat at the same time. I was out of town on vacation, trying to enjoy myself. These things hit. It was chaos trying to schedule it, try to make them happy about the whole situation. So if I had a situation where they could have put in a maintenance request and had a handyman lined up to take care of that, I could have slept easier, I could have enjoyed my vacation and wouldn't have had that issue. So another thing I definitely should have done better with landlording is I should have charged a pet deposit and a pet fee for the upstairs tenants. The reason I didn't do it is because they had the cutest golden retriever, but you still need to charge those fees and that deposit because they'll scratch up the floors, they might mess up carpets, you need to have that extra money there. And because I didn't set that standard up front, they actually ended up getting a second dog, another adorable dog. But because that standard wasn't set, they got 2 dogs. I didn't have any pet fee, any pet deposit because of that. Do not fall for that. Do not make that mistake. Always charge. So something that I definitely messed up with when purchasing this property is I didn't do great due diligence in the basement. Everything looked good, it looked finished, but what happened was this bedroom actually had water leaks from the outside, which required me to drop crazy couple $1,000 to go ahead. We tore up the concrete in this L pattern, and we actually installed a sump pump that's out of the utility closet here in the basement. That was thousands of dollars that could have been avoided and probably could have been paid for by the previous seller if I had done my due diligence well and realized that there was a couple signs on the wall of potential water damage, and I should have followed up on them. What I could have done better is actually the parking situation. So the upstairs tenants had the full driveway here and the garage. Probably could have charged them, garage fee or something like that. But because of it, as the second tenant living downstairs, I actually had to park over here in the alleyway, which was fine. But let's say they actually built on this lot here, it might have been a little bit more of an issue with parking. Also, the lawn care. So I actually, at first, I started cutting the grass myself, which is fine. A lot of house hack landlords might do this. But what I found was with my, at the time, very demanding W-2 job, even when I transitioned to real estate, very demanding. A lot of time spent for each of these. And if I wanted to go out of town, it was hard to remember and stay on top of cutting the grass. So what I did was I eventually had someone, a vendor, to come out and cut the grass for me. It worked out way better. I would recommend trying to get them on like more of a schedule so that you don't have to think about it. You just, they show up, they cut it a certain amount of times per week, per month, whatever it may be. There you have it. There's our video. Just sold the house hack. This is what we did well. This is what I can prove on for the future. Hope you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. If you did enjoy the video, please like, please subscribe, and share with others. Till next time, Cowboy out.